A deadly 24 hours in Louisiana.
We have about probably 20 to 30 homes that are damaged. Several are destroyed.
Last night at this time, tornadoes hit the Shreveport and Monroe areas, killing 2 people.
The possibility of a tornado heading towards the Mamou and eventually the Ville Platte area.
Then this morning, a tornado warning for Evangeline Parish. That storm also caused massive flooding in Ville Platte.
The rain bands and wind gusts pretty solid.
Just before 11 a.m. this morning, the storm system moved south, putting Iberia Parish under 2 tornado warnings.
There's actually 2 tornado warnings, 2 separate tornado warnings for your area there.
That storm system created twin tornadoes that went through the southern part of New Iberia. When the rain stopped, we got our first look at the damage around New Iberia, where at least 6 people were injured.
I could hear windows breaking and everything flying around.
It was the worst 3 seconds of somebody's life.
Then later this afternoon, that deadly storm system moved east into the New Orleans area, killing 1 person in St. Charles Parish. It's been a deadly 24 hours in Louisiana. KLFY News 10's team coverage begins now.
From Acadiana, your local news leader, this is KLFY News 10 at 10.
Thanks for joining us. At least 2 tornadoes touched down in New Iberia today, causing heavy damage. Here's some intense video out of New Iberia. Fortunately, there are no fatalities reported in Acadiana. Iberia Parish President Larry Reshort says at least 6 people were injured. Only 1 remains in the hospital tonight. News 10's Dalford Jones has been out in the field in New Iberia all evening. Dalford begins our team coverage. He is live from the tornado-ravaged area. Dalford, we're getting a look even tonight. The damage is still as devastating as earlier today.
Darla, as you said, it has been a long day throughout the state of Louisiana, but especially here for the folks in New Iberia. But even tonight, at 10 o'clock p.m., there's a family just over to my right. They've lit a bonfire, and they've got the pit rolling. They've got a little barbecue going, trying to get this family fed. But fortunately for them, they can sleep inside of their apartment tonight as there was no significant damage. They're still without power, but unfortunately for the people about 2 doors down, they can't say the same. Here in the Southport neighborhood, the property owner has already began to board up several of the windows as they were blown out during this tornado that hit the New Iberia community roughly about 11 o'clock Wednesday morning. You can see the debris spread out. We're talking about windows, entire walls, television sets, ice chests, even a microwave, part of the debris that's spewing about the Southport neighborhood. Now, we'll continue our team coverage with News 10's Britt LaFaso. She's here in New Iberia and had a chance to speak with a couple of the residents affected by today's tornado.
Yeah, hey Dalford, I'm in a neighborhood about 10 minutes away from you. And the residents here tell me that this tornado touched down just before noon today. And you can see it only took less than 5 minutes for this tornado to rip all of these bricks off of this dance studio, and it ripped the partial roof off of the daycare behind me, and of course did a lot more devastation to all of the homes in this neighborhood.
We just have a lot of Silatex down, insulation all over the place, water lines are down, but you know, the good Lord don't give us anything we can't handle.
Franny Boffett built this dance studio when she was only 19. Now 69 years old, she says the damage from the tornado will not stop her from teaching her students.
It's my love. I've been doing it for so long, you know, and it's just been my baby for 50 years, you know, so we have to rebuild.
What we're about to show you next is one of the harder hit areas. Just to my left, about 100 yards away or so, is the mobile home community next to the Southport apartment complex. Our News 10's Rodrika Taylor had a chance to catch up with the folks who live there.
Take a look at the bricks that collapsed on the side of this apartment as the tornado came through this neighborhood. Many families were displaced in the Southport apartments and surrounding areas.
I was on the telephone with my daughter because she lives in this trailer right here. And I was screaming and hollering at her, and I couldn't hear her. I mean, it just happened like that within 3 seconds. it had not wiped out everything.
Maybe for another perspective, you can help us out.
Yeah.
You were tracking these storms, and you can actually show us the actual path that the storm took.
Yeah, the storm came out of Vermilion Bay, and it had a little rotation. Then once it got to Iberia Parish, it started rotating more. They issued the warning. They issued the warning about 10:40, and it touched down about 10:45.